listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. Now, the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
The AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's Here Comes Honey Boo Boo After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Here Comes Honey Boo Boo After Show.
Hello. Bing is for doing, and we are doing the first ever AfterBuzz TV after show for Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. And here to help me recap tonight is, to my left,
Jenifer Golden.
Adria Theoharides. You guys can tweet me at Adria Theo.
Oh, and you can tweet me at Jen the Jew.
All right, we're gonna stop all that.
I like it.
we are doing Twitter handles.
I like it.
Why are we doing Twitter?
Because we have some fans.
Yeah, but you know what? One person gives out their Twitter and says, "Just listen, just send me the questions." Who's taking questions here?
I will. I am. I'm going. I mean, I am. That's why I gave it out.
So here we go. So interrupting our awesome intro already is Keven Undergaro.
Bringing the show to a halt is Keven Undergaro. Hi. I'm like the principal. I'm here to audit the show.
And where can they find
Please go on without me. You guys are doing just
I think we might.
We'll just pretend you're not.
There's nowhere to find me on Twitter.
We have lots to catch up on, Keven. Okay, we have like 4 episodes to recap. Honey Boo Boo just came out on TLC.
It is awesome.
4 episodes to recap. Now, I'm not sure. Me and Adria we followed Honey Boo Boo since the beginning of her days on YouTube. And then now they got a show on TLC, her and her entire family, and that is what we're here to talk about today. So we got lots to talk about. So none of this interrupting each other.
No Twitter talk.
No Twitter talk.
Except when hashtagging really awesome quotes.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And that's what I will do.
This show has many.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, lots and lots. So let's just dig right in and talk about the absolute star of the show. That's what everyone kind of tuned in for, was the dynamic between her, Honey Boo Boo, Alana, and her mother, Mama June.
But like you said, the star is
Alana.
And the mom's great. She's a great co-star.
She is.
Alana is
The star.
Yeah, and she is a star.
I remember watching Toddlers and Tiaras just one time, and someone said, "You have to check out this Honey Boo Boo character." And I was like, that is the only thing I remembered from the show. All I could remember about Toddlers and Tiaras was Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah.
And this girl shaking her stomach and saying, "Oh no, Honey Boo Boo child." And of course she got her own show.
Of course she did. I mean, Adrienne, you watched,
No.
me and you, I was with Adrienne when we first watched the YouTube video, and it has now reached over 6 million hits.
We watched the last episode last week 3 times on DVR already. That's how funny it is. Like, I mean, I love so many reality shows, but I do not rewatch them. I've rewatched this so many times, and it's just so hilarious and just so, they're just so raw and so real, and just that you know that it's not scripted, you know that it's not fake. Like that intro scene, like, "Mama, come on," like that, you know that was real. Yeah, you know that was real and that really happened.
And by the way, credit to Authentic, the production company, for capturing the moment, not just saying, "Oh God, let's do another take."
Yeah.
And saying, "Genius,
they kept it.
this is the opening of our show."
And that's them, though. They talk about farting all day and night. Every episode is about who is farting and who is oohing themselves.
Who knew that you could lose weight while you farted 10 to 15
Mama
times?
June said that.
But wait, before you get too deep into it, Alana, you know, the one thing I kept saying over and over, seeing this, you know, having as a filmmaker seen Shirley Temple, Margaret O'Brien, and even some of the more recent child stars, that this kid has it. This kid is a star. This is not just, you know, a random like family. We've seen it on TV before, that a redneck family, and they can be compelling. But this kid is funny. She's sassy. She's provocative. She's warm.
Yeah.
There's a sweet side to her too. Like
she's got a huge personality.
Is I think that people view this whole the whole dynamic between the family as like wrong, and they don't want their kids watching it, and it's like this awful show, but when you really, and awful people, which they're not, and that's what we came to find out, is that with Alana, she has a lot of other good qualities besides her sass and everything else that we love about her.
But she's sweet.
She's sweet.
But
You
she's
hope
sweet.
children
She
that
is.
age would be sweet, and she does pageants.
And
she's
sensitive,
sweet, right.
and she understands like a lot of what the mom's going through. But even back up of it being sassy, any kid can be bratty, right? And you want to just throw them through a wall. She's actually being funny. You know, she's being witty. She's being sarcastic, like in a way that someone her age shouldn't be, and that's usually the classic thing of a child star. And as I told you guys, having worked with many of them in Hollywood, you see something really special and unique about them, and you feel like you're talking to a 30-year-old, and it's trippy.
Yeah,
She's
I know.
smart. The
She's
things she
really-
says and does, she's calculated.
Yeah.
She knows exactly what she's doing.
Yep.
She seems wise when she's speaking.
I think she's definitely ahead of her times, and you see that amongst her other sisters too. You can put it in comparison. Like, she's more mature. I mean, they're all immature in their own ways, but she's more mature than her sisters. The way she treats her mom, the way she respects her mom. I mean, she has her comments here and there, but I think she's way ahead of her times.
She's definitely ahead of her time, but also in maybe she is more mature than the sisters. We don't know that. It's just she's the star. She really is. She's the star of that family. I mean, look at the other sister. We're watching.
Wait, watch it.
For you people on iTunes who can't hear, check us out on YouTube. But we're watching the screen right now, and one of the sisters, what's her name?
Pumpkin.
Wipes out on the carriage. So we know like they're capable of being funny too. We're hearing funny things, but there's always something really special about a star. And I know like
A 6-year-old star,
people
too.
hate,
I know.
and people hate about when you say a reality star, but there's a reason why people watch them every week. You know, you want to take away the credit. You want to say, okay, they're nothing. They're this, they're that. They just got lucky. They don't have the talent of, say, I don't know, whoever the next big actress is or actor. But they do have a certain it factor because we're being sucked in. This girl's got it. She's full of charisma.
And what's great about her is that she's not a typical Shirley Temple in like a small little form and perfect curly Q hair.
Right.
She is a little chubs. They weighed her. She's 69 pounds at age 6, and she shakes her belly like nobody's business. She owns that about herself, and she does pageants. Like, she's not pretending to be something she's not.
No.
Right.
No.
She's owning the little
it.
And
shape
that's what's
she's
cool
in.
is she's very consistent. Ever since we saw her on YouTube up until like the 4th episode in now, she stayed true to who she was. They're not putting it on for anyone. So I think that that's a true star quality as well.
Absolutely. And progressive, like you said, because most, especially like white girls, are just so wafy and nervous and just like and so insecure.
Are we like that?
No, because you guys, can I tell you why? The three of you guys are all very ethnic, very Italian, very Jewish, very Greek.
Okay.
Yeah.
Point taken.
I am not very Jewish.
Yeah. See? Now, why
Wait,
Jen the Jew.
Can you talk about your Twitter name?
Yeah,
Jen the Jew.
Listen, let's just own our stereotypes, okay? They own the
No,
redneck
but what
thing.
is with but see the contradiction? What is with Jen the Jew and then
Because it's hysterical, and because I might be a little cheap. What do you want? That's the only
Do
thing.
you coupon like them?
Oh, no, that is just too much effort. I'm sorry.
Okay, but they did save a lot
No,
of money,
wait.
though.
She literally, I have wrote it down.
Side note, we definitely have to talk about how much money they saved.
Retail, she had $130 worth of stuff. She saved $102. She spent like $27.
$27. So,
Out of
Jen, you might want to
pocket.
take some notes.
I know I should. But they do claim
That
to
is
be a
crazy.
redneck, and they own it. So I agree with stereotypes in when they're used for good. So.
Yeah, well, you know what? Maybe this is a good time to kind of bring in the other family members because there's so many of them and there's so much to talk about. We all know Alana is the true star here, and everyone has tuned in to see her. She's, I would say, a likable character, but the other ones are just as likable in their own ways.
Well,
They just have
Alana's
this don't
definitely-
care attitude. Like they,
Yeah.
like Pumpkin when that,
she found the carriage.
yeah, that too. Just like anything that she talks about, like when the lady came in for the class, for mannerism class last week, like she just doesn't care. She just voices that she doesn't care, and then
where do they get that?
I don't know.
They get it from the mom.
They got it from
mom.
from your
Like I just
mama.
don't care. But they like genuinely don't care. And Alana like actually cares. Like she wants to better herself in her pageants. She wants to be better.
She's quite professional, I will say.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the mother being the co-star of this family
Most definitely.
is also secure about her size.
Yeah.
Right.
They
Yeah.
talk about it all the
I love
time.
it.
She's like, look at my double, triple,
She
13
owns it.
chins.
Right, and very self-aware. I mean, no problem calling themselves rednecks.
Redneck-anized.
Very aware, right, of that. And one of the things that I saw is seeing how many like rich kids or even middle-class kids are like, where's my new Wii, and where's my next like video game coming from, or they're in front of the TV all day, or they're in front of the computer all day, or give me this, give me that, or I'm bored. And yet this mom has them. It's like back in the 50s, 40s when we were humble people. She's got them in the backyard,
Playing outside.
on a tarp, the redneck slip and slide, like genius, and it looked like so much fun.
So much fun. She actually said that rednecks shower, mudslide, and slip and slide all at the same time.
And by the way, you know what? For all those kids, kind of a clean house.
Yeah.
Do you notice that?
Right, yeah.
And again, I don't see that a lot in the.
No, and especially within the pageant world, people scrutinized her as giving. I'm not sure if you guys watched the YouTube video, but she was giving this energy drink sort of concoction to Alana, and that was the whole controversy. Was that she's a horrible mother? I mean, it was talked about all over. They were on. I want to say Dr. Drew. They were all over.
And we definitely thought that
for being a horrible mother.
Special juice is what they call
my
it.
special juice is gonna help me win.
Right.
But yeah, and you get a different glimpse into her life, and you can tell that there are some good qualities. I mean, I'm sure, like you said, especially the rich thing is that although you might have money, you're not playing there with your kids, you're not out there with them, and she's doing that. So you can say that that's, I think everyone can agree that that is a good mother quality, especially being a single mother.
I actually think my only concern for them is the weight. I mean, this lady's 32 years old, and she's limping.
309 pounds.
She can't get around. I mean, it's really affecting her health. She looks very old. She can't even get downstairs. So my concern is for the kids that they're eating unhealthy and they're going to have an unhealthy. But one of you guys said something interesting, but they're on diets.
Last week they started a diet and they weighed in this week. They're challenging each other, doing it as a family. What's awesome about their family dynamic is that they're all friends. You know, everybody plays their role in the family. You know, there's the mom, there's the baby, there's the, sister that's pregnant.
Right.
But they're still friends. You don't really see them fight all that often. They respect each other.
I know, and think of you guys. I mean, come on. How many families that I know, being a former teacher working with kids, special ed kids. I mean, it was a nightmare. The kids in the projects, and and to see this and how well I'm really impressed.
I mean, we can all say that they're not the perfect family. We can always say that.
But there is no perfect.
Besides yours, Adrienne.
Well, obviously.
Right. Obs. Right.
No, but I mean, obviously we have to be realistic that this is a redneck family in Georgia, single mother. But that is a relatable thing. I mean, even with the shows nowadays, Modern Family, it's showing that there is no normal family. But yeah, with the weight, I mean, the swearing. That's not the best.
How about when Alana says, "Ooh, I'm sexy"?
Oh,
you're sexy,
and she knows what a hoochie is.
Sorry.
How does she know all these words?
Right.
Like she's just.
So I think
it just kind of just adds to her maturity.
I know.
But how much do we love all the girls making up mama, make her look like a clown, whatever, and then
she listens to the youngest one.
It's little honey boo boo.
That's what's so cute is their relationship.
Yeah, that does her makeup for her.
She won't let her leave on her date with that face painted
and
like
she was
that.
very aware that she needs to be nice to Sugar Bear, and this needs to be a good date for them, right?
She even stuck up for Sugar Bear and said, "You don't treat him nice, Mama.
He does so much for him.
What he does for you."
For 6 years old, I don't even know what I was doing at 6 years old. Not thinking about that,
and also how supportive they are of the daughter that's pregnant as well. She's 15? 17.
No, instead of being all judgmental and
yeah,
crazy.
they all were there in the screen room. They just all they're so supportive, and they threw the baby shower, and I mean a lot happened in that baby shower that we have to talk about.
I know. And the dad, as we know, the dad's not in the picture anymore. But the Mama Bear or Mama,
she's
Mama Bear,
so supportive.
She is, because she was a single mother. Oh, she is a single mother.
We have
15,
we
right?
have multiple
fathers.
baby daddies that are not in the picture.
Just Sugar Bear.
And Sugar Bear for 8 years, who.
So yeah, Sugar Bear. Just for everyone out there to know, Sugar Bear is Alana's dad. We don't know how many other fathers or who the other fathers are. They're not in the picture anymore, regardless. But can we please talk about Sugar Bear and Mama's date? Their romantic date.
That was amazing.
Because I really want to know what you guys thought. I mean, when I first saw her, I was kind of like, I wonder who likes it. I just want to know who finds that attractive. I just want to know. Well, I mean, that might sound kind of shallow.
He adores her, though.
He does, and I love it. I love it. There's
by the way,
everyone.
Exactly. When you think about I'm sure all of us at one time or another have been like, oh, woe is me. No one wants to date me right now. A week goes by, we're like, But this, and then you're like, oh, well, I can get somebody faster than she can, but she has somebody that loves her
and is there for her all the time.
And is doting on her and wants to make this.
Do you know why she does?
Why?
Confidence.
I was going to say that.
If you're self-assured, and when all these girls get so crazy about their weight or their hair or their this or that, or I have to find a guy, and that just is not attractive. We had this conversation, you and I, Adrienne, and I was saying, it's not a bad thing when you know you have a lot of different guys coming at you. You know, there's a lot of people out there that don't, and they get more desperate and more pathetic. And here she is, because she's just like, and she's like, no, I'm not marrying him.
I know. She has the upper hand.
Right. He wanted to marry her several times. He said, he's like, I would marry her in a heartbeat.
Yeah. I love seeing that.
Oh, and he's like, how, you know, here's to another 8 years. She's like, I don't think so.
She's boss lady in the house.
Yeah.
She's
I love it.
She's clearly done it on her own for a while, and she knows she can. And she's probably seen guys come and go, so she may also deep down not believe he's going to be around forever. He can say it all he wants, but
yeah, you're right. She's been to that place where she's just like, I've been there, believing in love and all this stuff. I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
I think her life are her kids.
But you know, she's another one with a pretty old soul. I mean, like, I know you guys are younger than 32, but like 32's young, and like
it is. She doesn't look young, but she is young.
She looks older, but she also acts older too.
she had to grow up fast. Though. She had
acts
her
mature.
first child at 15.
But I know. But by the way, again, I've known a lot of women who've had children at that age, and they're complete wackos. By 32, they're trying to act like they're 16 because they lost those years.
Right, and she's still playing mother,
and she's
couponing.
Couponing. And by the way, another great example of, like, here we are in America, we're completely irresponsible with our money. We're all like in debt with credit cards, and whereas bigger part of the problem is the 1% is for this economy. Don't let anyone kid yourself. And yet here she is, cutting all the coupons, like you said, Jen. You would never, I would never, with the coupons, right? But like, what a great example for those kids.
And you know what you were saying about the we situation and the children and the whole millennial thing that's happening. You know, everybody's talking about millennials, and if you're born after 81, you're a millennial. You know, whether you act like one all the time or you do in certain aspects. You know, we're all millennials. Yeah. But to see these kids appreciate all of this and appreciate the couponing, and then this family, you know, so many families out there are saying like, oh, it's so hard right now, and I can't afford things, and this government, and you know, woe is me again.
Complain.
But what are you doing?
Do something about it.
This family is out there couponing. I mean, granted, we don't know who's really footing the bill, but they're still couponing.
Right.
That, you know, as these weeks go on, hopefully we'll find out. I'm friends with Tom Rogan, who's producer of this show, and we need to find out somebody's paying for this. She gets some money, I'm sure, from TLC, but not a lot right now. You know, these no names get signed for not so much money, unless the YouTube thing was so big that there was a bidding war for her. But I don't think so. Usually at this point she's not making money, but she can stretch the money. So what she is making probably is a lot. It's not a lot compared to, say, I don't know, a star of a regular TV show, but we know she can stretch the dollar, so I'm sure some of that's there. And then I was mentioning, when you do these pageants, you do get sponsors, so local sponsors. But again, you're in a depressed community, so it's not like the local pizza place is going to give you like $500.
Right, a population of 700.
However, she is on. You know, Honey Boo Boo is famous now from the Toddlers and Terrors. I'm sure that carries a lot of weight in the community that they're in. So I'm sure she's probably able to get some sponsor money. But I think as the weeks go on, we have to find out where's the money coming from.
Lacey's store, where she was trying on dresses, you know, she needed a new dress, and they commented on the fact that these dresses can cost anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000. Right. I mean, she's 6 years old wearing I don't have any $3,000 to $4,000 dresses for one event.
Yeah.
By the way, biggest scam in the pageant business.
I'm sure, but Lacey's was also on TV, so maybe they gave her that dress for
a discount.
I'm sure they did. No,
discount free.
Sure they gave it to her.
And I'm sure they threw one in for Glitzy too.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, because she asked for it. She brought it in.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But I think we need to do some research to figure out, you know, where the money's coming from. But you're right. It's like, so ironically, we're getting a great example. And the other thing, you know, it's nice to see people that we can like. You know, a lot of times with the reality stars, we love to hate them.
Yeah.
Or we're laughing at them. They're despicable, heinous people. It's one of the things I always went back to on the Jersey Shore, is I always felt that at the end of the day, they were good kids. You know, the way they would like get along and stick up for each other. Like at the end of the day, they were crazy, they were funny, they were obnoxious, whatever. But at the end of the day, they were good kids. Whereas I see a lot of the housewives, at the end of the day, just not nice people. Very narcissistic, very heinous. They'd slice any one of the other one's throats to get ahead. And you know, it's entertaining, but it was hard for me. What I like about this show is the fact that we're saying all these nice things, and I believe what we're saying is true. It's nice that I can be entertained, but I can also like good people.
But I think what happens too is the audience, that like we can all sit here and look at that and find the good family values out of it. But we can also watch a show like the Kardashians, who are complete opposite, materialistic and all that, and still find good.
But even with the Kardashians, let me tell you something. As personal friends of mine, they're very, very good to one another. At the end of the day,
exactly.
I want to be
stand by
part of their family.
And if you're friends with them, they're just as good.
And that's what
They're amazing people.
With the
I love them.
Kardashians.
That's why I watch, because I want to be part of their family. I'm
Exactly.
like, these are the sisters and brothers I never had.
You know, Chris just loves them. Her primary thing in life is to make sure all of those kids are getting checks when they're grandmothers, like later in life. That's her primary focus. Her secondary focus is to enjoy life and be happy. But that's a great quality.
Yeah, and you can analyze and just compare the mothers. Like Kris Jenner, when people say she's too much into her kids' lives and she's too much about money, but she's trying to provide
by the
for
way,
her kids.
and that's a bad thing.
Right.
I mean, it might be not a healthy thing, but is that a bad thing when we have so many parents who abandon their kids?
Exactly.
Or, you know,
and everyone is entitled to their opinions. And as you can look at that mom, and then you look at a mom like June, and you might say, well, she's, she doesn't keep herself nice, and she's swearing, and she's overweight, and her kids, and you can look at the value she's giving to her kids. But at the end of the day, I think we can both say that they have they're doing well for their families.
Right.
They're representing as mothers. I think they're being good mothers in a way.
But I think like a show like this is like more kind of relatable to the mass audience of people, because when a lot of people that aren't living in LA and are living in random places like this, which the majority of the country is, they're not leading this huge glamorous life that's not attainable.
But
that's why they're so
in the
likable.
history of Hollywood, if you notice, the majority of films, even that you see in movie theaters to this day, it's always people in these upper middle class houses. So since the beginning of Hollywood, people have always bought into the fantasy. It was to escape. We go to the movies to escape. So with the Kardashians, it's the same thing, or the Housewives. We're escaping, but at the same time, there is room for those that we can relate to, or who are just different, and that's what I love.
It's likable.
That's why this is also likable.
And going back to the Kardashians, I think that's a great example, because you see, Kris Jenner, and we see her as maybe overbearing, or she's this momager, as she's called, and you also see that the daughters don't get upset with that. They appreciate their mom. And they better. But they have a great family dynamic, even with the mom being who she is. And just because you might think that mom is overbearing, or like she's very involved in every single detail, they don't. They love their mom. They're so close to their mom. I saw an interview the other day with Chloe talking about the new Dash store on Melrose, which is right by my house. I want to go see it. But she was saying, she's like, well, whatever Kris Jenner wants is what we do. Right. And she was saying it kind of funny, but like, it's also true, and she respects that.
It's true.
Because she has their best interest.
Exactly.
She's made a wonderful life for all of them.
Exactly. I would love that.
A fairy tale experience. And by the way, Kris knows that it's a fairy tale. She's always like, I can't believe we were in France. We were here. We were saluted by. It's just been so magical. And
I'm sure there's some there's humbleness that goes behind it, but we might not see it, and that's what goes to show you that no mother, people are gonna be criticized on TV no matter what, whether it's Kris Jenner or whether it's.
By the way, by being bored Americans, as most of us are, not like these people in the backyard having fun. We're sitting there and we're criticizing.
Exactly. So I'm sure we're not the only ones.
And complaining.
But this mom seems to be loved and adored by her children. I mean, they were all getting her ready for her date, and whatever people may think about June, this family loves her.
Right.
So that's all that matters.
And Sugar Bear.
Sugar Bear loves her.
Where did they go on their date again? The buffet?
It was like a buffet.
And he gave her a deer. Because to symbolize their dinners on the weekend, where they find roadkill on the street and then they grind it up and make dinner out of it.
And they cook it. Isn't that romantic?
Did you see him patting the statue of the beer?
Find some roadkill.
And cook it? No, that's actually, you know what? And big in that area is they always cook up roadkill.
So it doesn't go to waste?
Tasty.
What's that?
So it doesn't go to waste? Like,
I mean, they're more into survival. There's not usually, and by the way, in these economies, there's not a lot of money down there. That's why most of them selling marijuana. Like they have to find ways to get by, because these aren't really booming economies.
Do you guys think that Sugar Bear drinks?
He definitely dips.
I think he was drunk a little bit.
No, he's got that look on his face, and usually the teeth. Going at that young of age is usually indicative that it's either drugs or drinking, and it looks like drinking.
Yeah.
Kevin, do you think for all our fans you can talk to us about iTunes?
You know what? I shouldn't be the one. It really should be you guys. But this is your first show, and it is your,
I just want to hear what he has to say about iTunes.
It's your show.
I want people that are listening to comment and to tell a friend and to like us, because I know a lot of people like this on YouTube, so I want to see if people like our show.
Right. Well, if you guys will please do us two favors. One, go to iTunes and type in AfterBuzz TV, My Honey Boo Boo, and please be the first. Actually, you know what? Here's your chance. Here's your chance. Here comes Honey Boo Boo. Here's your chance to be the first person to comment on this show.
Yeah.
But if you would be so kind as to rate and to comment on the show, if you have questions, that's the place you can put them. We're usually good about responding to you and talking about you even on the air. And if the other thing you can do is tell a friend about us, that really helps. Just about AfterBuzz, all the other great shows we have. And I know coming up this fall, we are increasing our roster of shows by up to almost 50 shows. Marissa, how many? 50 shows. But we're doing about 50 shows.
Can't wait.
So the fall is going to be like crazy. But we're still, we are fans, but we're driven by you as fans. And this is the best way you can help us. Telling other people. And please go to iTunes to rate and comment. And I'm interested to see what they say about you guys.
Me too. I want to hear.
wanna know.
I want to hear people say about the show, what they say about us.
Well,
Our
I got a
take on the
tweet.
show.
You did.
So it actually did work.
Yay! What did you got? What do you got, A?
Well, our biggest fan, Adrian,
Okay,
at Watchtower Base, he said, "I'm watching right now. We're off to a great start." So thanks, Adrian, for listening.
Thank
we love
you.
you and for being so supportive in all of our shows.
Yeah, so please tweet us. We'll give our Twitter handles again at the end. But definitely go into iTunes, rate, comment, and like. So anyways, let's move on to the best topic of them all. And Marissa, I'm going to have you chime in on this one too a little later because I know Marissa watched it as well.
She's a big fan.
She is a big fan. We already talked about this earlier, but we have
I did watch it. It was
the
pretty
main
funny.
the main reason why people watch the show is to laugh.
It's hilarious.
People are curious. We can find the good in everybody, of course, and I think a lot of people will find that as well. But we need to talk about the funny moments, the funny quotes that they're known for. I mean, like
Wait.
The schmosh. The schmosh.
so maybe we'll start, and if you guys just want to start whipping them out, or
Yeah.
Jen,
Well, specifically right there, for those that are listening, we just saw a clip of them, of Alana and June getting their facials done. And stop, Honey Boo Boo Sus.
With the eye patches and the facial cream.
Listen, that is a facial I have not had, so good for them. Honey Boo Boo says, that facial felt so good, it felt like a baby bottom on my cheeks.
like, who says that? Meanwhile, she's 7 years old. So
She's 6, and she wants she
Oh,
knows
she's still
what
6?
and she knows what a baby bottom feels like on her cheeks.
like, okay, how do you even know that?
I don't know.
Adrian, what you got up there? I know Adrian's got a lot.
Remember when poor Mama had to get pulled up out of the
I
massage
know.
table?
I know.
I mean, I could read so many of
Wait,
these,
can you
but
give me some quotes? Because I know
one of
there's a
my-
lot of funny
my
funny
number
moments
one
are separate.
one that I think is hilarious that I starred was, "I hope Mama don't eat Glitzy. She eats everything."
Amazing. Oh, I don't want to see
Like,
Glitzy get
is that where Glitzy's gonna go?
Well, we'll talk about that in predictions. I have another one. Mama says pretty comes in all different sizes. I'm cute.
What else you got? I know you.
It felt. Her crust on her feet could sandpaper the floor.
Oh,
That's talking
poor
about the pedicure
Chubbs.
scene.
Chubbs had the worst feet of the family.
Well, no, she didn't, because Mama had feet that she couldn't even take socks off of because she had forklift feet.
Mama has forklift feet.
And got a pedicure on top of her socks because she wouldn't
And for
even
those
take
of you who
off.
don't know what forklift feet are, is for feet that get run over by a forklift. How?
Elvis
appropriate.
is Santa Claus's helper.
Yep, that was talking
Amazing.
Like
about
elves.
Amazing. Amazing.
Elvis
Elvis.
Presley. But I think it was so funny the scene when they all went to the spa together. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, what a nice little girls' day. And here they are getting their nasty feet, talking about, and their confessionals are absolutely hilarious
And she's
in every sense.
genuinely embarrassed about it. Like, it's just, you think that a person like, you know, her first impression is she doesn't care about what she looks like, and she doesn't care that she has a deformed toe being
has
ran
an
over.
insecurity. Everybody
But
does.
she was like, no, like I can't show
We
it.
better see that
they're
toe.
like, can we have a glimpse? She's like, no, like she's so embarrassed. Like, I just think that she's so cute, like deep down, like inside, and I just love her.
You know what's interesting too, just while we're talking about that, while they're in the salon, you know, we see Jenifer, the pedicurist, talking, and everybody they interact with has such nice things to say about them.
Mm-hmm.
Lacey from the place where they get the dress, and then Jenifer from the salon. They have such nice things to say about them because they're nice people. They say crazy things.
I feel like the pedicurist is a little like kind
She
of
was kinda rude
She was
a little bit.
like didn't really know what to expect about them. I
Well,
think
by
she
the
didn't
way,
want to say
can
anything
we
mean.
be fair? She had all these. If the kids' feet are gross,
Yeah.
right?
She did say
It's
that.
not a
She
fun
said they
nasty
have
job.
big
bunions.
personalities.
Right.
She
She's
came in, they're a cute family, and they have
Basically, she
big
wasn't happy that they were there.
You know what? In talking about how some of the people in the town were dealing with them, the pageant store owner, the dress owner, she was going toe to toe with Alana.
Oh,
you know,
the poking.
poking, and and she said, "Stop!" So, you know, down the south, they're very much into discipline and respect, and everyone has missed this and missed that.
Mm-hmm.
And she started disciplining her. Did
She
you
said,
see?
"Don't you get
said,
sass with
don't
me."
Yeah, don't you?
She said, "Don't poke me."
And then don't poke me.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
I know.
Like a
She's
little
like-
adult.
Right.
It's like, where do you come up with these things?
I know, right? Marissa, did you see that?
That part I did not see.
You did not, you didn't see the end of it, but you saw the first 3 episodes, right?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
And yeah, Marissa, come on.
I liked it. This usually is not a show I would watch, but I think the title "Honey Boo Boo" like really got me. Like
But you were
hooked me.
laughing. I saw you in the
was
booth.
laughing my freaking head off throughout every single.
See, that goes to
episode.
show you, just for people that maybe would never watch this show, can actually appreciate something out of it. You know,
Most
So
definitely.
I think that's cool. I think this show will grow an audience, especially even like in terms of the Jersey Shore. People were, of course, at first appalled by them. Like people
Right.
really were. They didn't really have an audience until Snooki got whacked in the face, and then people started kind of tuning in, and there was buzz about it. But I think that the show will be similar in the sense that people will actually find something about this family that is the likable, and that they will, you know, they'll continue to watch it and grow. So I think we'll see more.
You know, we were talking about the production and the way it was shot. The one shot that I found really interesting was they had the close-up of the mom, her interview, and then they had a side camera
Chubbs.
getting her profile, and then you saw Chubbs. They could rack
Yeah.
Pumpkin.
That was so
Pumpkin.
funny.
Sorry.
It was
About
pumpkin
teasing her about eating.
on the couch,
Yeah.
and they were so patient. I mean, I was. It was a beautiful shot, even in a film, let alone a reality show. But to see her reactions in the background as the mother's just kind of dazed and just talking, I mean, I really love the way they're shooting the show and the way they're editing it as well.
It is really
Right.
smart. And that
Oh.
makes me think about, actually, when I look back at the YouTube video, if you guys want to tune in and look at it online, you hear laughter in the background when Honey Boo Boo and June both are talking, mostly Honey Boo Boo when she does her little stomach thing. And now I realize that's probably how they shot it, was with the family still in the background. Laughing,
Right.
not just production laughing. 'Cause,
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like when we heard the laughter and we thought it was even funny because we're like, well, everyone thinks this
was
is funny.
funny.
Production thinks this is funny.
You know, it's something that's interesting because June even says, you know, what's it for if we're not here to have a good time?
Yeah.
You know, what's life about if you're not here to enjoy the moments? But I think it's interesting what you said about the production shot, because you see the daughter in the background and you almost expect her to like roll her eyes or kind of be disgusted by her mother.
No, she's
But
antagonizing her.
doesn't. Nope.
Nope.
She's just there. She's like, that's my mama, and she does weird things.
I don't think they've realized the extent of their fame yet. I don't think
No.
they even understand. They are all of them are so natural in front of the camera. You don't really see, they're just raw. They talk about
The sneezing.
nastiest things.
She sneezes and all.
Alana
That's
is
great.
aware. Here's what Alana's aware of. She's aware she's entertaining people, I feel
She
like.
is.
Oh, most
People,
definitely.
people
She's
in
a
the
ham.
room. She's a him, and I agree. But it's going to come hard and fast for them. So hopefully they'll have good reps who will take care of them. I personally would like to see the mom get like the gastric bypass or the band because I don't know how much longer she's going to make it. You know what I mean? Like I don't
She's
see.
only 32 and she weighs 309
It's not even the weight,
That's
you
true.
guys. It's the way she's moving around. Watch her. She's really
Down the
like
stairs
an
and stuff.
elderly
Like right
woman.
there, right
Here
there.
it is. Here's the scene. We're watching it on TV
It's
now.
so unhealthy.
And you can see, she can't watch this next shot. Look at,
Oh,
look at.
wow.
I mean, she's struggling one step at a time. So, you know, hopefully with the money and the fame, they'll be able to fix that.
Wait, by the way, she's about to be a grandmother.
Yeah.
32.
Which
Two.
is typical down there, you know.
Yeah.
And, well, if she wants to run around with these kids and her grandkids, she needs to, you know,
Yeah.
Lose
get
a little weight.
healthy.
And same with the kids.
Yeah.
We see them
Right.
almost at 200 pounds.
And she would be a,
But we've seen these shows clean people up. I mean, Dog the Bounty Hunter was like a huge chain smoker and God knows what else. And then, you know, he was like, oh my God, I'm an example. The kids, he stopped. I mean, so, you know, hopefully with now the fame and
maybe a little money. I mean, I know
right,
it's not.
money. No, absolutely. And now you have different things. You know, you get sometimes when you get a little positive feedback, you go, wait, you know what? I have something now to fight for. Like, and sometimes a lot of people just needed that.
Yeah.
So
And I think with her too, she comes across as as confident because she's also addressing all the haters. I know she got a lot of scrutiny for being fat and having 5 chins. She even made a comment in the first or second episode about a nickname. I think that people like the internet.
Bojangles or whatever?
Yeah, Joe. I can't. She didn't even know how to say
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
The Jangle Jangles.
Because everything's subtitled, you can't understand what they're
Right.
saying.
But I think that she is already on the defense, but is handling it in a positive
great.
way, which is like, I don't care what you say. So hopefully she realizes the weight is for her and not for people, not for fans.
right. It's
She
for
real-
her health, not
yeah.
for an image at all. But, you know, it's interesting because her daughter said, what was it, Chubbs, that was going into high school or something like that. And she was saying she wanted to lose weight because she didn't want to be made fun of by the other children. And that addresses the bullying. And they all rallied around her. They're like, great, we'll go on a diet.
Yeah.
We'll do this together then.
But
We'll
then
make
they
it a
bought
competition.
10 candy bars.
Well, the coupons, you know, come on. Everything's a deal.
I know what's more important, money or like
I know.
health. Like they haven't quite figured that out yet. But Yeah, what else? Any other?
Ringtones?
Okay,
Oh,
so now,
yeah.
so you know what? Let's hit the news and gossip then.
I'll say one thing about the news. In a sec.
TV news.
In many articles, you Google the show, so many articles come up, and all of them say, I wanted to hate the show. I wanted to hate the family. I wanted to see this as a train wreck. But you can't stop tuning in. Maybe that has something to do with the back-to-back episodes. You watch one after the other, like, oh, I'm hooked. Next week, 2 more. Great.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. And people are writing, this is actually great. The ratings show it. It's a great show.
Do we have numbers in yet, or do you?
I
actually don't.
Them, but
I don't see that. Yeah, we'll get numbers and everything about how successful the show is doing. You can obviously see that on YouTube. It's close to 7 million now views. I'm pretty sure.
Well, on YouTube, but I mean,
but for the actual TLC,
the
I don't know the ratings. We'll find that out though.
Wait, it beat Matthew Perry's show. I know that.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
Did it really?
Yes.
Matthew Perry show's on TNT or no? Where is?
I don't remember.
Is it network?
They
Marissa,
showed
is it network?
They showed it after the Olympics. It was right after the closing ceremonies.
Matthew Perry show?
Probably,
Yeah, it was like
probably NBC.
Yeah. And
So you guys understand, like, for TLC to beat NBC, it's partly because NBC's in such bad shape, but that's actually incredible.
Yeah.
So that's what we should get the Marissa. If you find those numbers before the show's over, let us know.
I mean, I don't know if that has something to do with the fact it aired after the closing ceremonies, which was like 19 hours long, but okay, maybe 5. But it was on at 11 o'clock on a Sunday night. I happened to catch it, and it was, I think, a teaser for the actual season, which starts September 11. But I didn't even know it was going to be on. So maybe that has something to do with it.
To be Matthew Perry and to beat a
That's
network
huge.
show is huge.
I did some research as well, and what I found is that some blogs are saying that I think it's that Jersey Shore attitude of like, this is disgraceful. I would never let my kids watch it. However, I read this was a mom blog. Okay. I think I look at it as a show like almost like a Family Guy or something where in the sense that I wouldn't maybe let my kids watch it.
You would what?
I think I do.
God.
Really?
I think
Why?
that for me,
Why?
there's like swearing and like there's certain things.
guess.
I'm saying little
They bleep
kids.
it out.
I'm saying little kids.
But they bleep it
Somebody
out,
Honey
the
Boo Boo's age, I don't know if I'd encourage
Okay.
it. I just have to say that
Maybe
as
not that
that
young.
perspective. What I think is that the audience is us. Like I think that will be a big demographic. Will be people like us that go on YouTube and saw this and watch TLC in general.
Yeah,
I don't think it's not a kid's show.
But you know what? On the flip side, that might be a great show to show kids because, hey, look at what it could be like.
Life could be
there's
like.
definitely there is some good things to take away from the show and good qualities of like let's play outside and all the things we mentioned, but I do think that like parents would have that mentality of like, okay, let's not show this to the kids, and I get both sides, but I think the majority of what I got from the news and everything online is that people were pleasantly surprised.
But I don't think the show is disgraceful. I don't think they're doing anything disgraceful at all.
They're not. They're I think the swearing is something, but again, I think someone here said it. It's not a family show. I don't think they made this for like 10-year-olds.
Exactly.
Go to Nickelodeon
And that's
for
what
that,
the blog
or
was
Disney.
saying. Was I don't want my kids watching. It's like, well, it's not for the kids
it's not
necessarily.
for the kids.
Exactly. So I think
it's for it's for our age group. I think. I don't think it's for 13-year-olds.
But I can believe that they don't want to show the kids like eating Cheetos off the floor.
well, that too, right? And just the bad
we don't want to
habits.
get that message.
Yeah, I know,
across.
but
that's the humor. That's
Right.
where we come in.
And that's where we can realize that okay, like that isn't healthy eating, and that isn't really.
But it's funny.
Yeah. So I think that it's
But
not.
by the way, you guys, for the stuff that's on TV, really, we're gonna get down on eating Cheetos on the floor? Like we're gonna prevent kids from watching that? With
I don't know.
Crazy shit that's on TV.
My poor kids are
Come
gonna be
on.
like, not gonna be able to watch anything.
Oh my God, your kids are gonna be the exact little Guido princes and princesses that are gonna be totally spoiled, totally bored, totally
No,
like, oh
we're gonna have
my
good family
God.
fun.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah,
go.
sure you are.
I'm gonna get up a nice big water slide for the kids and with a tarp, a handmade one. There you go.
Okay.
Slip inside.
Now, you're the one with the big
And then they're
bounce
gonna
in the backyard. and
they're gonna get hurt.
And they're gonna get really
pony
hurt.
rides at the birthday parties, and the kids at the. By the way, let me tell you. Here's a story I'm going to tell you
I
guys.
had a pony ride at my birthday.
I'm sure you did.
Oh!
I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. And look at how you turned out, Jen the Jew. Anyway,
Jen the Angel.
no,
Jew.
but I'll tell you. Can I tell you guys a story? A couple years ago, God, there was a couple of young kids I was going to see over Christmas time. And I was excited because I was like, you know what? I haven't had kids around for Christmas in quite some time. Being out in LA, when you get to LA, you guys are young, but you'll see as you get a little older, you'll become very narcissistic like everyone else is out here and very detached. And
Something to look forward to.
But unfortunately, exciting. So I was excited to finally have some children around. So they came, and I was like, oh my God! So I went to the Toys R Us, just had stacks and stacks of presents, and we wrapped them and whatever. And when we gave all the toys to the kids, they started just stacking the boxes. Didn't even think to open them. Was actually stacking them, and the other one goes, "Oh yeah, I can stack mine higher." She stacks the presents higher, and then the other one, the brother, goes, "Oh yeah," because she was taller. He's like, "Oh yeah, well watch how far I can kick mine." Takes the button, kicks it, and I was horrified. When I see this family, like how psyched they would be, like to have presents and how appreciative, and that's what I see. Like, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. And by the way, they weren't, they were middle class, like but I think that's your classic like American. So I, quite the contrary, think that this is a great example.
That's true. Did you happen to get those gifts on Amazon?
What's that?
Did you happen to get those gifts on Amazon?
I did. I bought them through AfterBuzz TV.
I just want to mention that we have this awesome affiliate program with Amazon. I know we didn't mention it before, and I know it's at the end of the show, but I just want to mention that if you're gonna make a purchase on Amazon.com, go to AfterBuzz TV first. There's a little banner. All you gotta do is click on it, and then we get a little kickback. We get to keep the lights on. We get to do these awesome shows and have a lot of fun. And it's just it's free for you. It's easy. Just before you make your purchase, go to AfterBuzz, click on the banner, and be on your merry way.
And tell them Adrienne sent you.
And just tell them I sent you. Thank you, Marissa.
When are we going to talk about the ringtones?
So now I want to talk about the ringtones.
Okay.
The little commercial came in as we were watching the show, and it was for TLC ringtones, and we heard some of Honey Boo Boo's classic lines like,
"You better recognize."
And
a dollar make me holla, honey boo boo.
Okay, well, you butchered that. A dollar make me holla, honey boo boo.
Yeah.
Just like that. So, yeah, you guys can check that out as well. TLC.com/ringtones for some funny ringtones.
And, for TLC, it's really growing as a network, but this girl's going to blow this network up for them. That's my prediction. And I'll tell you, watching over the years, Gary Coleman, you probably don't even remember him, but back in the day, like NBC, they rode him like crazy. He had like 6 or 7 years where they put him in movies. I mean, he carried the network just as a little kid. And then, it's sad. They just kind of kick you to the curb.
Yeah.
I hope they don't get carried
most
to the
child
curb.
stars.
Well, here's the thing. We know better now in the business. We have enough experience to know how to extend it or how to try to prevent those things. I mean, I know Justin Bieber's manager, and Justin and Scooter is always like, you know what? End of the day, he's 16 at the time he was, and I'm sorry, you might be a star, but you're 16.
Yeah.
So we all kind of know a little better now how to handle it. So hopefully they'll be able to handle it better. We know she has a good mom, so I mean, the chance to go. My point is, I think she's going to blow up this network.
Can we cue predictions?
Good.
And now,
This kid's good.
your AfterBuzz
This
TV
kid's good.
prediction.
It's not predictions without the sound.
No, never. So now.
I already predicted.
No!
Yeah,
I just want to.
Well, I predict.
Go ahead.
I want you to finish your thought.
I think the thought is I think she's going to blow up. My prediction is she's going to blow up. The show's going to blow up TLC, but this girl is going to be a star of this network. And I think now you're seeing the ringtones, and they're going to do a lot with them. They're going to get a lot of they're going to get a lot of mileage out of her.
Great.
Oh yeah, I predict that they're gonna get rid of Glitzy.
Oh, she is obnoxious, but she's cute.
I predict that will not
say
happen.
that.
That pig.
It is obnoxious, but I predict that will not happen.
Really?
Because she I don't know. She's like her best friend now.
I know, but I feel like with the baby.
But it's a he. He's her best friend.
Exactly.
All right, can I ask you something? And I don't know much about pigs, but when Glitzy is squealing, is it because he's in pain or he's upset, or?
I think he just misses his mom. He's torn away from his mother.
You
Because
think
it's
so?
like it's a newborn.
Yeah,
Do
we
we know how
have
many
to do
weeks
some
old he is?
research.
Yeah.
Okay, please.
I mean, I'm not a pig expert, but I'm just.
I hope a pig expert is out there that can, farmers out there that can let us know about the.
Because and it's not like they're bred like dogs, like where it's, in their DNA to want to be held or patted, but she's being carried around.
And getting dressed in dress.
I know.
And Glitzy sleeps in a little pen.
A baby
A baby pen.
With Alana.
Yeah.
With Alana sometimes. And
That's actually what he'd be used to. He'd be used to being in a pig pen.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
there
So
you
you
go.
think he's gonna? Okay. So Adria thinks
I
that
do
he will
not.
stay, and Jen thinks that he will go.
I think he's gonna go because they commented about a baby coming on the way,
Right.
And this pig. Everybody says this pig is annoying, and really Alana got the pig because she had lost another pageant. So I think
know.
that as
A guilty.
Right, exactly. As soon as she starts picking up momentum and doing better, they may sort of take away the pig and.
Well, that brings me to my next prediction for you guys: is what you think Alana with her pageants and her success or not success with the pageants.
I would love to see her win something just because I think her spirit is great.
Has she never won?
She's never won.
No. I think she has so much more personality than all the other young girls.
By the way, who really won? I mean, she really won.
Yeah.
Right, she got a show. Look, forget about the pageant.
She's,
right.
But
we'll see, I guess, how I know she's.
But I think she can definitely win off of her personality.
Here's the interesting. Yeah, no.
But is it about that for these people?
Here's the thing. Now, this is what's going to be a little bit. Could be a double-edged sword for her. Is when she competes in these pageants, the judges are going to have pressure on them where people are going to say, oh yeah, she won because she's famous.
Right.
So now she's going to have that going against her. At the same time, she may very well win because she's famous, and that it could get the pageant that gives her the first crown now becomes significant.
Yeah.
Right? It gets all publicity. So it'll be very interesting to watch her pageant career.
It definitely will be something interesting to see. But
when she was rehearsing, she was serious.
Yeah.
I mean, she took that seriously. And I don't know if maybe they just showed us the clips where she was serious, but she looked like she's a really professional little girl.
Yeah.
She wants the Grand
doing
Supreme.
Those moves like nobody's business.
Yeah. So we have the fate of Glitzy and the fate of Alana and her pageants to look forward to.
Oh wait, what about also Sugar Bear and June?
Oh.
Hello.
Oh yeah, and we get to see their nice romantic getaways in the future to come.
No, they'll be fine. They're gonna.
I think they're gonna stay together.
They'll ride it out.
Yeah.
But
what did he say? I'm going to give Miss Piggy a little something later.
Miss Piggy?
Yeah, he said I'm going to give Piggy a little something later. That's what he said.
Oh Lord. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Anyways, we had a lot of fun today, and we hope that you guys did too. So go on iTunes, like we said, and comment and let us know because this is our first show. We want to get some feedback from you guys to see how we did and what we can improve on. And now is the time to go around and talk about our Twitter handles.
I've been waiting the whole show.
I know. So
wait.
where can we find you, Jen?
You can really find me at Jen the Jew. You don't have to write me just things about being Jewish. You can write me anything you want.
By the way, Jen, I'm not sure about that Jen the Jew.
What are you not sure about?
He's never sure about.
Because when I look at you, I don't think Jen the Jew.
You said I was a big Jew. You're like, you are the
Because you said you're Jen the Jew.
Okay, Adria, where can we find you? Adria the Greek?
I am so boring. I'm at Adria Theo.
No, that's
What do you have
actually
to
the
say
smart
about-
one. No, I think that's great.
My last name's too long, so now people can find
I
me.
love Uncle Adrian. Right? Isn't Theo,
I'm Adrian.
No, Uncle Adrian. Isn't Theo uncle in Greek? Right?
Yes,
There you go.
Theo. Yeah.
All right, Marissa, where can we find you? my queen over there with the headphones on.
I am Marissa Movies. That's Marisa Movies on Twitter because my last name's hard to spell too. So I keep it easy for people.
Long last
My
name.
fellow Italian last
That's right.
name. And what about you, Undergaro?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm out.
Yours isn't like at Honey
You
Boo Boo?
deleted yours?
I'm gone.
Oh, really?
baby.
You're gone. Okay, well, he's gone.
I'm gone.
But you can find me at Adrienne_Vairo on Twitter and
Yeah.
Instagram, which he also...
Well, we may change that, though.
We might change that. But definitely check that out. I also tweeted a YouTube link to an awesome event that I covered for the Harold Pump Foundation, which is through AfterBuzz. Marissa and I went. So you guys should definitely check that out. I interviewed a lot of celebrities, sports athletes, all the above for charity, for a good cause. So check that out. And it's on the AfterBuzz TV website. So, yes, we will see y'all next time. Next Wednesday.
Wait, no, you guys aren't going to be here, though, right?
No, I will be.
Oh, man.
All right, good. So, yeah, Adrian had to go home and drink.
Me and Jen the Jew will be here.
Oh, wait.
Nice,
Yeah,
Jen
that's
the
true.
Jew.
I gotta be in Boston. But anyways, we'll be back. We'll be back with more fun to come. So don't worry. Stay tuned for Here Comes Honey Boo Boo.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Boo later.
Jen the Jew.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.